This is how you solo complete the main Easter egg on the Cold War Zombies map Die Maschine. The first thing you'll need to do is turn on power and forge the Pack-a-Punch. This can easily be done by following the indicated hints on screen. After that, wait for a Megaton to spawn in on about round 8 or 10. As soon as one spawns, I would recommend standing near this tree at the entrance to the pond area and try to get the Megaton to fire an acid shot at these spores. This will be used for one of the Die Shockwave upgrades, and it'll turn purple when it's been hit. Anyway, after that, you must kill the Megaton and the 2 zombies it splits into. Upon killing the second zombie, a keycard will drop for you to pick up. Once you've got that, head down to the weapons lab, which is one of the areas just outside of the particle accelerator room. If you go up to this weapons locker and interact with it, a drawer will open up for you to collect a remote control. Next, make your way to the base level of the Noct bunker and hoard up a decent amount of zombies. Once you're ready, interact with this machine, then lead those zombies in front of the door so they can be sucked up and killed. After it's killed about 30 zombies, interact with the machine again, which will blow open the door. Inside will be a free shockwave. From there, you can actually then head up to the top of the bunker and use the shockwave's regular blast to knock down this box. Go ahead and make your way out to where it fell to collect the flask that was inside. Now, if you had a Megaton fire an acid shot at those spores I mentioned earlier, you should be able to go right up to them and place the flask. You have to now wait roughly a minute for the flask to turn blue so you can pick it up. Once you've got that, head down to the medical bay and interact with this crate to collect the shockwave's ice upgrade. This won't actually be needed until later on, but I think it's really handy to have for some of these earlier steps. Next, if you look on your screen, there should be an indicated hint marking where the anomaly is spawned. You'll have to use that to enter the Dark Aether and look for 3 parts to craft the Aether Scope. These parts will only spawn one at a time, and that order will be different every game. The first part can be found behind the Particle Accelerator's Aether Tunnel, the second one is just under these stairs at spawn, and the final part can be found on the plane's jet at the crash site. Once you've got all 3 parts, go ahead and craft the Aether Scope at the workbench just below Pack-a-Punch. You do not need to craft this while in the Dark Aether. Immediately after that, you can move on to the next step, which is entering the Dark Aether through the anomaly that is spawned in the medical bay. Once activated, collect this diary on the desk in the side office, then drop down below to reveal a ghost sequence. You'll have to interact with this 2 times. Doing this will spawn a new and stronger Megaton, but you can easily kill it by using your ice shockwave. Anyway, after you've activated that sequence, wait for him to stop speaking, then move on to the next one, which is located along the right wall of the control room. Again, interact with it twice, then kill the Megaton. And finally, you'll have to repeat this one last time at the workbench where you built the Aether Scope. After he's done talking, you'll then have to wait for the Dark Aether to deactivate so you can interact with this computer in the medical bay. Now you can upgrade the remaining shockwaves, and these steps can be done with any variant you already have. The next upgrade we're going to do is the electric variant. To do this, you must enter the Dark Aether through the newly spawned anomaly found under Pack-a-Punch. This is the only anomaly you can use to complete this upgrade. Once activated, you then need to use the left trigger with the shockwave to collect energy from 3 crystals around the map. These can only be done one at a time, and you must deposit the energy into this crate below Pack-a-Punch before moving on to the next crystal. As you just saw, the first crystal can be found to your left upon exiting the tunnel, the second one is then on top of the Noct bunker right next to the Wonder Fizz location, and the final crystal can be found on these rocks just outside of the pond area. You might have to fire off a shot in order to start actually collecting the energy. Once you deposit the third crystal's energy, the upgrade will be complete. If you end up running out of time before you can finish all of these, you'll have to wait for the anomaly to spawn at that location again. In the meantime, it should spawn over by the entrance to the pond area, which is the one you have to use for the fire upgrade. To do that, enter the Dark Aether through that anomaly. Once activated, head over to the now floating plane nose by Stamina and melee open this box. Inside will be a fuse, which you'll need to collect and take over to the lower level of the weapons lab. Insert the fuse into this laser directly across from Deadshot, then head back up to the pond area where you can find the upgrade in the weapon crate on the bed of this truck. And finally, we have the Nova upgrade. To do this, head over to the second floor of the Noct bunker and use the shockwave to pull this canister into the map. Collect that, then bring it to the lower level of the weapons lab and place it into this cleaning unit. After that, wait for a plague hound to spawn and kill it in front of the unit. Go ahead and collect the now full canister, then place it on this crate right outside of the Noct bunker. If you melee the canister, you'll unlock the crate. Now that you have access to all 4 upgrades, you'll need to use each of them to raise 4 legs on the machine hanging in the center of the medical bay. If you're facing Speed Cola, you'll have to shoot the right leg with the electric shockwave and the left leg with the ice shockwave. On the other side, you're going to shoot the right leg with the Nova shockwave and the left one with the fire shockwave. When you've got all 4 of the legs raised, you then need to enter the Dark Aether through the anomaly that will spawn at the exit of the medical bay. Once activated, head back into the medical bay and interact with this orb to begin another ghost sequence. After it's complete and everything deactivates, you can pick up this Dark Aether wrench in the same area. Next, head over to this tank at spawn and interact with it 3 times. This will cause a a zombie to pop out for which you need to kill. After that, throw an explosive at the open hatch to damage the tank and cause it to fire. You'll then need to run over to the opposite end of the map to pick up this device. If you have stamina up and only a few zombies left, you should be able to easily carry it all the way back to the containment unit in the medical bay. After that, you'll then need to wait for a megaton to spawn in so you can split it off into two. With those two zombies, you then need to lead them one by one under that machine in the medical bay so they can be sucked up inside it. After you've got them both in there, go ahead and interact with that computer again to initiate a small story sequence. Once it's over, you're then ready for the final fight. Stock up on perks, upgrades, and armor, then head over to the Nox bunker and enter the Dark Ether through this anomaly. If you head over to this corner in the Omega Outpost area, you'll have to listen to another ghost sequence. After it's complete, the Dark Ether will deactivate and a photo will spawn that you'll need to pick up. Be sure to do this fairly quickly because it has been known to despawn after a while. Collecting this will then teleport you back to the Pack-a-Punch room, and after some more story stuff, the fight will begin. The main objective here is to simply protect the friendly Megaton as he deactivates 3 separate machines. Zombies will be attacking him, but they didn't really seem to do too much damage. Just be sure to keep an eye on him and clear the area as much as possible. For this fight, I was using a tier 2 upgraded Spaz and the Electric Shockwave, which I thought were both pretty effective. The Electric Shockwave is great for quickly dealing with enemy Megatons, Plague Hounds, and zombies. It might even be worth taking Monkey Bombs and a Score Streak into this fight, but I didn't seem to need them. Keep in mind, you can also repair your armor during this. After you've protected the Megaton so he can deactivate the third machine, the lockdown will complete and you'll be given a minute and a half to exfil. During this, dozens of blue energy barriers will spawn that you need to try and avoid. You cannot run past these for they will quickly down you. The route I took was through the weapons lab. You'll have to hop over the railing to get into the control room, but from there it's fairly easy. Just avoid the barriers and zombies. The exfil site will be in the pond area, and after you interact with the helicopter, you will have completed the Easter egg. Well, that's pretty much it for this video, so thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.